BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. So, welcome to 50 Minutes of Experience, and today I'm with Saurav Das. Welcome, Saurav.
It's glad to be here. Thanks for this opportunity,
Yeah, you're welcome.
Emiliano.
So, as you know, I will love that you introduce a bit of yourself, and then we can talk a bit about your photography, your life, your experience.
Sure.
What
sure,
you can
sure.
tell us about you.
I'm a self-taught photographer. So I'm based in India, Kolkata, the city. So I just started out in 2016. I was first interested in. I haven't been, much formally acquainted with photography as a discipline. Like, learning about it, studying about it. I've never been much of a, student that way. So my background is economics, so I'm a student of that subject. So this journey started for me way back in 2016, the late part of 2016. So I was particularly interested in street photography and documentary photography, just walking about on the streets, just venturing out, capturing life all around me, whatever, catches my fancy and everything. So that's how it started actually. So it's been 3 years since then. So once this lockdown happened, I started experimenting with different genres and different categories and different themes. So, I just started out on an experimental note and I got interested in the fine art, the conceptual side of this discipline actually. So it's been kind of a nice journey throughout, and I have a lot to learn. I'm just very new in this field, right? It's just 4 years, and so far the process, it's been fun actually. It's just you just go out, you just capture whatever you feel like, and whatever you see in front of you. It's about letting it surprise you, how the streets, how the life that goes on, people moving about, the light, the colors all around you, the traffic, everything is you just got to let it surprise you. And I think that's how it works. It's become of a more of a reflex in this sense. So you just go out with your camera, you just observe, you just look around, you just observe, you see something interesting and you just click it. So that's how it has been for me, and that's how I want it to be for the foreseeable future. So right.
Okay, perfect. So, I would love to know more about what. Yeah. So now it's everything about surprising, and that's
Yeah, of
totally
course.
I agree
Of
with
course.
you. But it's really interesting because other people, when they start taking pictures, they are kind of moved down on influences from other photographer, and
Exactly.
your picture are so particular in some cases. I mean, it's like you're doing that from a life. In some cases, in some particular picture, it's really like that, and there are
Okay.
some of them, they are really fragment frames, really particular,
Yeah,
of the experimentation of the blur of the movement, and this is
exactly.
so interesting. So I will love to know what kind of curiosity that develop inside of you, and how do you work after. So I can understand that you work much more on the selection and the use of the pictures, and this is really nice also. I like a lot how do you manage the light picture. So you doing this all of this sign with the light, and then you
Right,
compose
right, right.
this no this puzzle of light. And there is one in particular, this danse macabre on Instagram,
Okay, yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
interesting, because it look like that you are formed a kind of alphabet
Exactly.
with your pictures, and this is so
Haha.
interesting
Yeah.
because it's so creative in a way.
Thanks for thinking it like that. So I mean, that was kind of an experimentation. You see that dance macabre, that frame, that composition. You see, that's actually the moon. That's actually the moon. I mean, it's
This is
about
nice. I will never guess that it was the moon.
it was the moon. You see, it's I took so many trials of that thing. Like it's about the camera movement. I just tweaked around with the shutter speed of my camera and just it was evening and the moon had just come out. So it was a full moon day, and I found it just let's just do it. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? So I just played around with my shutter speed and just moved my camera around so I could get a lot of unpredictable, surprising shapes, symbols, shapes. It's just I
Yeah,
never
yeah,
had anything in mind. I never had anything in mind in particular. So I did not think that okay, I want this sort of symbol. I just want this sort of shape. So I'll just move my camera around like that. I did not think it in that manner. So I saw the moon. I saw that it would make a nice let's just experiment. Let's just see where it goes.
yeah.
Right. So that's how I did it. That's how I did it. So so it was a
Interesting.
collection.
It's
It was
really
a collection.
impressive for me from my point of view, because
Okay.
it's it's something is really keep the details. The point is that now, yeah, in my experience, I know many photographers, and many of them, they will never use blurred picture or a picture moved, you know, where the light is moving. And I like the way you compose that, because in a way, yeah, you also provoked the curiosity, the dreaming of someone, huh? To
Exactly.
and
That was my idea after all. Yeah.
it's this is so really impressive from my side. And I like also some others picture, some others composition with two picture, like for example this one I read is in blindness ambition now lie in overcoming the hard of color in nooks and crannies where none is
Yeah.
discriminated, where all transcend in the one the struggles wreak out of cracks and scars, searching for a realm of recognition as the senses being crosses over into the heady gray, and the welcoming gateway become an abyss, taut and vacant, where no one can trespass. And this is so nice. I mean, and it's nice what you wrote. But yeah, the picture are strong. I mean, there are frames and there are details much more stronger than other portrait. In a way, yeah, this is, we can say these are portrait of yourself. And this is what I want to ask to yourself, to you. It's how much you see yourself in this kind of picture, and how this picture in a way reveal to yourself something new.
It's about I personally believe that the kind of compositions I make, or rather I attempt to make. You see, I will just use the word attempt. I can just I just keep trying. Do And I think it's kind of a exploration of oneself. I'm trying to explore my mind, my psychology into via pictures. I'm trying to utilize or trying to show or visually present, like it's everything, that goes on in my mind, like particularly in this composition in blindness. You see, I tried to show a paradox. It's kind of a paradox. You see, there's the there's the concrete, there's the crack in the wall, and there's the rainbow. And on the other side, on the other panel, there the window is cracked, the glass is cracked. There's no light going through that. Instead, lights, the light can, sorry, yeah. the light can't, the light can't move into the wall. The light can't move into the crack, right? So that's kind of like a paradox, I think. And I just, tried to imagine what a blind person would feel like. A person who's just gonna, who can't see, who can't see what colors look like. A person who can never see, who can never understand how they feel. Maybe that's what's going on in his mind, right? I mean, he's living, he's alive, he can't see the colors. It's like there's rainbow on a wall and the light can't go in. And at the same time, there's this window with cracks where the light doesn't go in, where there's no light. I mean that's kind of like a paradox, I think. I tried to present in that composition, I feel. So that's kind of
I
it.
repeat, it's really impressive what you do. It's really particular. It's really touchable, and I like a lot personally. And yeah, I will say continue to doing that because in a way it's really strong, and it's different from what we are able to see every day.
Of course, yeah. I mean,
It's nice because you can catch some stuff we are everyone able to see every day, but we don't pay attention. And I like also a lot
right.
this series you did of narrating loss, signs of
Okay,
life. No,
okay, okay. Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
really really simple and strong. Because in a way, yeah, this is the point. The point in the end is you catch some object, some perspective of houses in the end of
Exactly,
what
exactly.
human doing, and without representing the portray. In a way, you portray the human.
So you see, it's kind of like when it came to the series Inheriting Law. Suppose, I did this in 2020 itself, when everything was shut down and there was nothing open. I couldn't go out on the streets. So you, you see, like it kind of brought me closer to my own home and to my own surroundings, and it's just helped me to look. It helped me to observe everything around me. So that was kind of an inspiration for me to be able to look. Like it's kind of funny, isn't it? I mean, we go out, we take pictures, we see what's going on all around the world, but we somehow miss what's going on in our immediate surroundings. We kind of just try to forego, we kind of overlook what's going on right beside us, right? I mean, just 5 feet away from us, what's going on? I mean, the room I'm in, what's happening there? We just kind of miss those things, the little things. They matter, right? They matter a lot, and maybe that's what I turn my attention to. So I like one fine day, came across a room. It was in my own house and everything, so it was kind of closed for over a decade. So the people have moved out. There was no one living in that room. So for 10, 15 years, that room was locked and everything. So one fine day, I just went in. I just saw all these things, I just saw all these things. A, a dying plant, tumblers of tumblers, utensils, a table, a broken chair, and everything like that. They were just there. They was just lying there. Nobody, there was nobody, not a human, to, claim them. So, okay, this is mine. This is my chair. This is where I sit. There was nobody. It was just empty. And I thought that, okay, maybe this is how this story is supposed to be. Like, there's no one to claim them. There's no one around. There's no one to claim them. And it's like it's like an abandoned memory of somebody, and it's not even mine. I don't know who these people are. So, like, a part of me, just wanted to know who these people were, who lived in here. I mean, whose chair was it? Whose table was it? What did they do in this place? Like, a part of me wanted to know more about it, and it's just kind of, it was like a dying memory. Like, I couldn't claim that memory as mine. I couldn't claim it as mine. I just wanted to tell a story. So that's where it came. I couldn't inherit anything apart from the idea of loss, that there's nobody in here to claim them. So that's kind of, that was like my entry point for this entire series as a whole. It was kind of, it took me like what? I just, didn't make these pictures in over a week or in a month or so. I just took my time. 6 months. I just kind of stayed in that room. I tried to take it all in, the feelings, whatever was lost and everything. So I just tried to understand what was going on, whether I could, at least learn something from here. Maybe that was my intention after all. Kind of call it my intention or my intuition or reflex, whatever, but I actually wanted to learn something here. Like, in an empty room, there's nobody here, I don't know these people. Like, what actually could I inherit apart from the loss? Maybe all that's left. So, and all that's left are these empty things, just people, the things that these people have touched for some years. Like, they are now abandoned, there's nobody to claim them, and they are not even mine. So that was my idea behind it all. And
That's
just
great. That's great. I will love the people sharing the experience in this case, like you are doing now. Yeah, this is what the aim of this podcast is, to sharing this.
Okay.
Not only the experience tangible, but also what we feel, what we see, what we understand, what we feel. So I thank you a lot, Saurav, for your time and for this,
I'm glad to be here.
nice explanation.
I'm really glad to be here. Yeah.
And I hope to talk with you in the future and to see the progress of your
Of
work.
course, I would love to.
And yeah, I advise everyone to see the work of Saurav, link in description. And if someone wants to send a vocal message, there is another link that you can see for a voice message, to comment this podcast if you want, or add your point of view. And I thank you a lot again. And
thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm so glad to be here, and thank you so much for liking my work, and I hope to keep trying. Thank you for your support.
You have to do, man. You should.
I sure intend to do so. So I just really enjoyed this process actually, and talking about all of this, makes it so much better, right? Sharing the experiences, the works, talking about it. So it's just great. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really glad.
You are totally welcome. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Learn more about our project at allmylinks.com/Berlin Explorer, or visit our Instagram and follow Berlin Explorer Project.